So we're just yesterday at work, right? And somebody said something. A colleague of mine said something, and then she said that Gen Zs are naturally selfish. So she was trying to say that. Let me give you guys context.
Okay,
first.
that,
Let me give you
exactly.
context.
Okay.
Yes, before
Before you
get
get attacked.
yes, okay.
Okay, so we're talking about how the divorce rate is high and how we began with millennials, right? So our parents, for millennials, our parents stuck it out,
Yeah.
But millennials are like, I'm gonna cut that crap. I'm not doing. Don't kill me. They're cutting out. Their divorce rate is high, and she was saying that. Okay, I was trying to say that we kind of paved the way. Our generation, millennials, paved the way, making it easier for Gen Zs to come out and say, I'm not doing this. But she said that even if your generation was ours, if the script was flipped, so maybe you guys came before us, that you guys will still have, in fact, that the divorce rate will have been higher because you guys are selfish. And that you guys are always like, take care of myself, I'm looking out for myself. It's just me. I mean, me first, me, before any other person. And that was our argument. And that was how we came to the conclusion that Gen Zs are selfish. Is that true?
No, very
think so.
false.
You don't think so?
Even statistically,
Okay,
I don't think it's correct.
The economist is here.
No, it can't
Who
be.
argues statistically?
I do, because there was a time I was like branching through strength. If I should dig further as to how I got to that research, I would sound weird. But like there's this research that Gen Zs actually look at like social responsibility, all those things. They consider others more than previous generations. So we can't say we are selfish. Fine, we look at our mental health before other things. But in the bid of looking at our mental health, we look at the society, we look at the long run effect of what we are doing. So we're not self-centered. We're selfless.
And just to piggy off what she just said, I actually think Gen Zs were more empathetic. We look out for people.
Okay.
So like I'll give an instance. Social media is a very powerful tool in our generation, and there are many people that go on website like GoFundMe and put a story out, and you see people like donating money to people that they don't even know. So I feel like that's how our generation, we're very caring. We look out for each other. We don't want anybody to be very uncomfortable in any situation, basically. So that's it.
Dear Zara, if you're watching this, your generation said you ain't selfish. Zara and Olumide precisely. The guy doesn't argue with. But it's fine. You guys are welcome to No Ordinary Conversations. My name is No Ordinary Eyitemi, and I have two Gen Zs with me today. I'll allow them to introduce themselves because I want to see what they're going to do. But this is where we have serious conversations in the most unserious ways. Thank you for watching us, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, right? So I'll allow the gentleman to my left first. Let's do gentlemen first. Let's flip the scripts.
Okay.
Abi, let's be nice.
Fair enough.
Men first. It doesn't even sound nice, but
It doesn't sound nice at all. It's supposed to be ladies first. But
no, but men first.
we'll break the bias in this one. So
this is hey, Gary.
Okay. So my name is Tobe. I am currently serving my motherland. I have passion in marketing, event management, and event production. And that's essentially who I am. I love sports also. I support Arsenal, so my fellow Arsenal fans.
Wait, is Arsenal not that club that used to lose?
We're very loyal. We're very loyal. No, Arsenal also loses, but we're very loyal, so don't worry. It's okay.
Sigh.
It's okay. But it's all right.
It is well.
Thanks for coming, Tobe. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
And then to the lady.
Hi, my name is Erin. What do? I write, I read, I crochet at the moment, and I enjoy living life as it is. Yeah.
Let me give you guys a gist that you don't know about Erin. Some people don't know about Erin. Erin used to serve. Erin just finished her NYC and then she served with us. She's the only person, not only person, she's the one person that I know. You know those forms they used to give you guys with blocks? They fill your name.
Yeah.
I think she's one person that her name might not complete. Because her
Why?
full name is Oluwapamilerin. Abi?
Ayo.
Wow.
Is it Oluwapamilerin Ayo Ojo? It's not 16 blocks they used to give us. That's more than 16 letters.
No, I used to escape. So for a block, I used to stop in Oluwapamilerin. Like I'll count it, then figure it out.
Oh,
How
wow.
I'm going to how I'm gonna place
So you're going to
it.
count the box first.
Yes,
before
we'll
you
now
pick up-
place it.
So maybe it's just Pamilerin you end up
I'll
writing.
do surname first. Then after that, we'll
You
plan
put
the
your
remaining.
first name.
Is that how I write it on top?
Please, you need to tell your folks and you didn't think about those boxes when you were naming
At all.
you.
That was not the plan. It was just joy. Let's give her the name. She will plan her box later.
Okay, but it's so nice to have you guys here. And I mean, you guys, you probably have guessed what the conversation is about. I'm surrounded. I mean, I have two Gen Zs here, so again, it's about them. There have been lots of conversations on social media about this peculiar generation, and it's high time we just see things, just have them share life, from their own point of view, and maybe we are misunderstanding them. Maybe they are not selfish. Maybe. I agree with you guys though. That your generation has been driving the cause for climate change, eco-friendly, saying no to greenwashing, ensuring that our oceans are clean. The first time it's not I don't care about my environment, but the first time I heard about it was like a very foreign concept. Like, who cares if there is a bottle in the ocean? But information, the more we learn, the more we understand, that helped us to see that, okay, these things actually have a ripple effect on society. Okay. So let's start from the most, where I want to start from. That's where I'm curious about, actually. Right. Zara, again, yesterday, the same Gen Z that I work with, she has put you guys in a lot of trouble. So you guys need to know.
I'm so going to order ransom.
So she said that your generation is the least likely to get married.
Yeah.
I think
Sorry, yeah.
So I think it's a yes and no in the sense that there are people that look to love, but they don't want to stay in that relationship for a long time. So
what's up with you guys? Why? Okay.
Or they don't want to be tied with like a ring. That's
more like it.
That's
they just don't want to be fixed in that situation.
Of marriage.
Yes, but I don't think they want to be tied down. They want to have freedom to express themselves.
The fact that you guys even think that marriage is tying down, there's a problem.
Yeah, the millennials and baby boomers have put us in a situation whereby there's bondage in marriage, especially for my gender. So you see women dropping their dreams to follow their husband's dreams. You see people in marriage that they are being beaten and they cannot escape. There are so many views to marriage that it doesn't favor my gender, and nobody wants to, like, imagine a young boy seeing his mother being beaten all his life. He doesn't want to grow up to continue that one. He'd rather just faff around, chill, not be tied to any paper or ring or something. Like, I can benefit the perks of marriage without sharing surname and sharing children. So that kind of thing.
Which is why you see a lot of people now, they rather say they're partners than opposed to husband.
I kind of feel like we are in for it in this generation. Like, we haven't even seen it yet. So it's funny, right? Because these are things that you would have seen happening largely in developed countries in the Western world, right? Yeah. So if you are filling forms, you see things like, are you married, are you separated, or do you have a common, you can call it common law partner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, so you guys, okay, let's just live together. I can work at any point. And you're good with that. Let me, as in, how does that?
Personally, no.
Nah.
Exactly. Okay.
No, personally, no. But the generation, that's the way
like,
they feel. Like,
if someone says that that's how they live, I won't judge that person based on their opinion. Like, oh well, congrats. But for me, I'm gonna marry. There'll be ring on this finger.
Yes, for sure.
Surname may or may not change, but I'll be married.
Does it bother you if you get married and she doesn't change her surname? Yes.
No, it doesn't bother.
It doesn't bother you. You see, I think we're born in the wrong time. Because again, back then it used to be like a big deal.
Yes.
Like, but if she wants to change, it's fine. But she doesn't want to change,
yes.
You're fine with it.
Yeah, fine with it. It's okay.
Wow.
I don't see anything wrong with it. As far as you know that.
Exactly.
We both
You know who you married.
So there shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
What about the idea of wearing a wedding ring? Yes or no?
Yes, I like the diamond.
I think you should wear it, because Lagos is, how do I put it? Lagos is toxic, and you know how many, and I know my gender. Like, once they see a fine person now, they want to talk to the person. So it's good to have the ring so that they know that okay, this person is married, and you keep off. But at the same time, I won't really
keep off. No,
exactly.
No, but I won't force you to wear it every time. Like, if you feel not to, but that's you. I just feel like you should wear it so as a sign of respect for the marriage. That's it.
Would you wear yours?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
I just like rings. Like, I want.
You like the
I
rock?
want yes.
The bling
I want
bling.
the blue diamonds. Like those ones that are blue.
Hey, okay, so but what's the biggest challenge? So, let's keep marriage aside, right? For relationships now, I'm sure you've heard stories from your friends, your peers, right? What do you guys think is the biggest challenge you guys are facing now, in terms of the patterns of relationship? Not marriage now, just we are dating, we are hanging out, we are seeing each other exclusively. Is there a particular trend? Is there something that is peculiar to your generation with regards to relationship right now?
Breakfast.
last. Everybody breaks up it.
Hey, let's talk about breakfast. You guys seem to be dishing it a lot.
No, it's only Bonner and Steph London. But
Actually,
that's it.
to be honest, everybody's collecting breakfast. It's just that we are more open. We heal with social media. Well, people that heal with social media heal with social media. I don't. So they'll post it like, okay, I was just served breakfast 2 minutes ago, like cold custard, all those type of things, and they'll add one funky hashtag to it, and they'll get over it faster. However, it works for them. So I think that's why breakfast is everywhere. It has always been happening.
I don't think people used to share. People didn't used to share their breakup. I mean, if they get jilted, we used to call it jilted or dumped. But now it's see how can you see how the lingo is changing?
Like
It's like
not the
People will know.
breakfast.
Breakfast.
it'd be like he dumped me. Can you believe he dumped me?
She
Like,
bag. Don't.
ghosted. That word is your generation.
Yeah,
now?
ghosted is
Mhm.
now. That's
Ghosted.
fine.
That's
Have you
unfair,
ever
but it
ghosted
happens.
someone before?
Yeah.
For the sake of the camera, I don't know if I have ghosted anyone.
Whoa. Whoa.
So let's assume the camera wasn't here now.
Then maybe I have.
Have you ever been ghosted?
I think yes, I have.
How did that feel?
I mean, I've at the first initial stage, I'll be worried because I'll be wondering like what's happening, like. But then at a point, you just have to like let everything. Like they say, time heals. So like if you keep your distance, like that's fine. And then unfortunately, I bumped into the person in a public gathering, and Lagos is so small. So like the person I like, I can know someone now, and she will have
Mutual friends.
yeah,
friends.
mutual. So and I'll probably see you somewhere. So it's very hard for you to go someone like and say unless you go to another country. And even if you go to another country, Nigerians are Nigerians. They're always everywhere.
You see, jam
you
someone
still
that
see-
knows someone
yes.
that knows that person.
Just meet at distance cousin.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So
But on what grounds? On what grounds would you ghost someone? You guys have you people have ghosted someone. I've ghosted someone. But what grounds would you ghost someone? I mean,
so far, I think when it gets so like there's some times when if you're being demanding and it's getting overbearing for me, like I won't cut you off, but I'll just keep my distance and I'll just like and then at a point you gradually see that okay, if you're not getting the sign, then I'm cutting you off and I'm just going.
just like that.
Yeah, I've tried as much as possible to give you hints and you're not catching it.
What
Then-
happened to like come, you're too demanding.
Well, I'm
Change.
about to block you.
I'm about to-
That's
No,
why
I won't block you. I'll just do it. So I will not speak to you, and I'll just probably just archive your chat. And,
So
that-
and so it doesn't pop up in my chat history or anything. So that's it. And so if you're not getting, that's why I say if you're not getting the hints I'm giving you, and
Yeah.
it's about time. Like, sorry,
We
I'm
move.
not speaking to you.
Nah, I'm still nice. I
What
just
would
tell
you
the
you tell the person you're going to block the person?
Yes, I just tell, like if you send a message, you won't deliver because I blocked you. So
Are you serious? And then you
I'll
go ahead and block
yes,
the person.
I'll block the person. I cannot release you after a week or so.
Release you.
Only a week is too short. I think.
No, it's just to like show that person that you're frustrating because
Yeah.
if you're texting me too much, I would have told you like I'm tired. Don't be angry, I'm tired. I don't want text.
Wait, you guys don't like all this now I see where the problem is coming from. You guys don't like all this clingy, mushy kind
Nah.
of talk to
No.
me 10 times a
It,
day.
No.
it depends on the person it's coming from. So now, if you're so like for me personally, I like it when energy is reciprocated. So
Yeah.
if I give the energy and you're giving the same back to me, then that's fine.
Person
I can
that gives you
accept it.
double your energy.
I'll be
If you're
scared.
if you're reaching, I'll try and meet up, but at the same time, there's a level that you have to calm down. Like, okay, no, you can't always reach. You have to also stay on your level and be content with what you have at that point in time. Because if there are many times when you're try to meet up basically,
Yeah.
and it can just go left from there and then just mess up the relationship you have. So you have to be very careful, and especially with women, you have to be very careful. Like the gender, you don't know what to expect, so you have to be very cautious.
Expatiate.
No, I'd rather be safe on that. It's okay. Before this podcast can go anywhere, so it's okay.
Don't worry, I see they're not going to hurt you.
No, I'm okay.
You see people have caused, can you tell your gender has caused them?
We're only this general together.
But it's funny, right? Okay, let's take it another notch, right? One more thing on this relationship thing. Would you subscribe to living together before getting married?
Nah. Personally, because of religious beliefs.
Yes, I was going to say it's against my beliefs, but at the same time, I feel like to be political, you have to get to know your partner. You need to know like their behavior traits and all those things. But I feel like it's not right on my religion, so I won't do it. But like because you want to get to know what the person does, like how the person behaves, you want to do it.
I will visit. Like I can visit,
but I won't say stay like a whole month. And if you have to also know yourself. Also, you have to be very cautious and protect yourself. Also. So
I can visit but not spend the night.
Yeah.
Like the kind of visits to know if you're pressing your toothpaste from the middle or the bottom, that kind of thing. Because it's a pet peeve for me.
Spend the night now?
I will enter your
room. You go to the bathroom, so then also you see.
I feel like you guys are just lying.
No, it's not. It's honest. That's it. When you visit, also you know the type of person. Like if you see their laundry around their house or something. So
if your socks is in the sitting room, I know there's a problem.
The fact that they know you are coming, they will arrange the place.
No. There's sometimes that you can come on our ways, especially if you're
when you're in that level.
You can just show up at the house and like, okay.
I'll come with food.
So
that will sponge my plan. Like if I come with food, you're happy that she brought food. But my mission is to see if you're a dirty person.
And so that's where I was going to also add that in our generation where you're used to comfort, so everybody's wants to be comfortable. You don't want to impose your own way on anybody else. So I feel like comfort is very key in our generation, and nobody wants to become a burden to another person.
So don't bring your dirty behavior.
Yes.
Dirty, do your
so sort yourself out first before you come.
One last one. I'm just saying this. Same room, different rooms, couples.
Married. When you're married?
Same
room, no.
Okay, there's
but
hope.
Then after 2 kids, lock off. That's it.
No, there's a vasectomy, and she's not going to do it directly, but she can like tie.
Would you do a vasectomy?
Can we not put me on the spot?
If you're not watching this right now, if you're listening to this, you guys need to see Tobias'
No,
face.
don't put me on the spot. Don't worry. I plead the fifth on that one. Okay, no way.
But it's funny, right? You guys we're advancing. Every generation is advancing. And before now, the pressure of child birth control used to be on women, right? But is there any remote chance that men will begin to take responsibility in your generation?
There's this new pill for guys, for birth controls for guys. So now guys can also use birth controls, and it doesn't have to be the female going through the hormonal imbalance and everything. They can try it.
Their hormones can be imbalanced.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it can't, but like they can. Wow. They get to share that part of life. Like, so instead of me having to have the entire heat flashes and all those type of things that come with birth controls, I don't know what the side effects will be. When I read the side effects, wasn't smiling. But
wow. Okay.
They have the opportunity to try. They have the opportunity to say, okay, I'll do this for my wife.
If you could, outside vasectomy, if you could, would you?
No.
Okay, nope. let's leave a bit on that, right? How's 7 been for you so far right now? Working.
NYC.
Adulting.
No, NYC. So the way I see NYC currently is when I go for my CDS and all those things, I actually see the problem with Nigeria as a whole. I think it's the people.
Yeah.
And so, like, for instance, now I went to Tom Prince. People will come late and they want to jump the queue. And I'm like, why are you doing that for? Like, it makes no sense. Like, we have a list. Follow the list. And they don't understand that if you follow the list, it will be faster. But they don't understand that. And they feel like if they jump the queue, they want to get ahead. I'm like, bro, it doesn't make any sense. So, it's not bragging, no, but I was made an ex-crew. And so, like, my LGI. So, like, this just recently, in fact, like on Thursday and Friday. So, on Thursday, they had the general CDS.
Okay.
And on Friday was my batch. So, on Thursday, she was calling, asking for me because she was like, where am I? And I was like, oh, it's not my CDS today, it's tomorrow. She was like, there are 200 people here and it's getting rowdy, this and that. I was like, sorry, I can't come here today. So when I came the next day, she was like, it can't get rowdy today. And I assured her, I was like, no, it's not going to get rowdy. Things will be organized this time. So we finished at like 11:30 and she was shocked. She was like, no, this is not possible. She came outside, looked at it. She was like, we did all of this. And I was like, yeah. But I was just like, if people listen and follow instructions, I think NYC will be easier. The process will be easier. But then people just choose to make it difficult.
It's Nigerian in us.
And it's very sad.
This is more than the Nigerian. It's the Agbero.
The Agbero.
Yeah.
The Agbero in the Nigerian that is in us. If that makes any sense. Okay, so, but, Erin, what would you... So you just finished 7 now, right? And I would say that you're starting experiencing your own share of quote-unquote adulting, right? What's that like for you? What you thought of, what you're experiencing now, Is there?
Yeah, there's a major difference. So, like in school, what they were teaching me was different from what I'm experiencing. I was learning, like, since I studied economics, I was learning how to solve alphabets and convert it to
Your idea?
number.
Okay.
I was doing some strange forecasting. And at the end of the day, I got to the workforce. I didn't even do one. I'm here to do one. There's time my baby cousin asked me the purpose of the YDX in collecting change. And I still don't know the answer to that question.
That thing, I don't understand that thing till tomorrow. It was one of the most confusing things.
I even understood it, but it was still annoying because I got into adulting and I had to be able to learn how to plan my cost on food, plan my cost on transportation, know how to like cross the road, which I still don't know how to, but I shall have to learn one way or the other. I'm still learning. I had to know how to shout over when I'm in a bus because I never used to even enter bus in the first place. And suddenly I'm about to pass like my bus stop and I'm saying, "Sir, no, that's where I am." And they're looking at me like, "Better shout over." And those little things that make adulting. The fact that sometimes you have to hold your phone very tight at a certain place because there are hungrier people than you that have better use for your phone than you. So I was in school, I was learning different things. I was learning how to not write out of the margin instead of me learning that in this life, sometimes you have to price pepper. When they tell you 500, you have to beat it down to 300 and buy it for 200 at the end of the day. That kind of thing. So adulting has just been, I still have the support of my parents to a large extent, like 90% extent. like 90%. So the remaining 10%, if I'm feeling it's like this.
Imagine what happens when you now go solo.
Hello, daddy. I think I'm having a heartbreak. Like, this is not for me.
We didn't appreciate. Now that I think about it, we didn't have a proper appreciation for the things, the gap our parents stood, for us.
So I was going to add, that's why I kind of relate. I can understand what she's saying because in a sense, I feel like our parents have given us a level of comfort. Like, as much as things will get difficult, it won't get that bad because your parents are giving you a level of comfort and ease of access to them. And then, so if you need anything, they're always going to be there for you as long as they're alive. So I feel like it's a problem also because I feel like our parents have also given us that freedom to have experienced a little bit of some of these things, but I don't think they wanted that. No parents want their child to suffer.
You guys are literally asking to have felt like a taste of.
Yes, I really wanted
I just
to.
want a little, just at least let me see what it's like.
I didn't enter my first public transport until I was done with uni. Like until this year, kind of done with uni.
I started entry from GS1.
I never had it. Like even when I want to and I'm begging, like my daddy is just going to look at me like, "Come on, you sit down there. Where do you think you want to go? Who do you?" He will rather I stay at home and find someone to pick me, take me there, and drop me back. That kind of thing. NYSC camp, I didn't go by myself. They dropped me in front. My father carried my box inside. When I was leaving, my mommy went inside to pick my box. That's how they pampered and packaged it. Like when I was leaving, there was car outside waiting to pick me. I had no reason to know any road network.
I still remember my NYC camp. They posted me to Rivers.
Who carried you there?
So I went to Rivers to redeploy to Lagos, and I remember my dad dropped me and waited for me out there until I was done. And I was like,
imagine.
My dad wouldn't risk it. He's not even going to. He does not want to. Even if I say, I want to explore, I don't have the choice to explore.
I think guys are talking. I'm just picturing my own NYC. They followed me to car park and waved at me. We didn't have phone, no.
Wow.
Mind you, yes. We didn't have phone. Phones came out about is it 01? Okay, yeah, phones were out, but it wasn't this commonplace.
Yeah.
It was very expensive. See, when SIM cards came out, they were selling for like 50K. I don't forget. Yeah, 50 grand.
So I heard.
Yeah. So
I think I
imagine you travel all of that. Okay, yeah, I did have a phone. I think I had a phone. Yeah, I had a phone. That's true. But you travel all that way, and then you'll be calling your intervals because they're calling like, where are you now? Okay, I'm in Benin. I'm in Ore. I'm at this. Okay, I'm in camp. Only me drag my box. Okay. Only me.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Your time, Nigeria was safer. Now, like, so when I was posted to Rivers, the day before I went to camp, they had just bombed somewhere. And when my dad saw the news, I was like, no way. There's no way.
Same thing with Jigawa for me.
Like, no
I didn't
way.
go. I didn't go. As my dad saw Jigawa, he called, they said that there's no direct flight. That was the first turn off for him. He now called his friend. That one now scared him extra and said, "Oh, the camp is on the outskirts." My dad just said, "Don't worry, you wait for the next batch. You will wait." And I waited.
Really?
I waited. I didn't go the time I was meant to go. I waited comfortably until they did
So
their
I agree
thing.
with you guys. Though I agree with you. Nigeria was a lot safer. When we were. Yes, I agree with you. I will totally agree with that. The roads are largely unsafe now. You can't even probably get from here to Ilorin without running the risk of running into all these kidnappers.
Everything is
and all
prayer
of that.
now.
Yeah. Okay. So, but on the work front, career wise, right? What you studied in school versus what you're doing now. Is it something you want to? Is it a path you want to continue to explore, or post school? Have you found a new love for something else? Right. So, what's your view of your career path, for you and maybe generally for your generation? And and I know that you're not the spokesperson for them, but I'm counting on the interactions you've had with your friends, right? Do you share the same sentiments, right? So I'll give this an example. In my father's generation, the ideal thing was to finish school and probably get a government job, and everybody was looking forward to getting a job, to becoming a civil servant. That was the trend. At some point again, it was like in my generation, it was like finish school. As you're going to school, maybe you have to study any of these key professions: doctor, lawyer, be an
Accounting,
engineer,
banking.
be an accountant, right? So that was the trend. If you're outside any of those quote and unquote big fours, you were treated as if no, you're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
What's it looking like for your generation right now?
Do you want to go more?
I'm gathering my thoughts in English.
Okay, so while she's gathering her thoughts, me too, I'm gathering my thoughts. But I'll say what I think is that my generation, where we don't want to, no offense to employers, but
Yeah.
we'd rather work for ourselves and make our own money ourselves and make sure no one's coming in, as opposed to nobody like sitting
Doing a
in
9 to
9 to
5.
5. So now, COVID has made everything like remote basically.
Remote.
So the Nigerian dream or our generation dream is to work in Nigeria but earn
In
foreign.
US,
That's
Yeah.
my
pounds.
that's
That's
my
it.
Mado.
So when you're working remotely, you have the ability to do many things at once. And because my generation, we're very creative, so we would like to do more than one thing.
Not just go sit at the desk,
Sit at the desk and do like
fill in the form and
No.
fill in one book, and at the end of
Type.
the day,
Yeah.
they type. This
be acquainted
there
with
were
the
do you know there
photocopier.
were secretaries that were typists back in the days. Like,
their job
did
is
you,
to
did you
type.
Job
guys
was
see?
just to
Do you
type.
know what a typewriter looks like? Have you seen
Yeah.
typewriter?
Mhm.
Okay, we are lucky. They were lucky.
You're not too far.
At some point in life, somebody's 9 to 5 was to come in, sit in front of that typewriter, and literally pam, 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 pam. Do you know how those things are? They're not like your
I remember
the
computers, and then you and then they would roll it again, adjust the paper, pa, 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 pa. And if they make a mistake, or like now that you just press the delete button on your computer, you have to take Tipex. Then they would Tipex it neatly,
Wow.
then roll it, then adjust it to this centimeter, then type on it again. That was literally somebody's job. And for them, what gave them a sense of security and fulfillment, maybe I should not use the word fulfillment, security then was having that salary at the end of the month, right? So what I hear you say right now is that your generation, definitely you guys want to you guys are not joking about the money, about securing
At
the
all.
bag.
Oh, no,
At all.
You guys really want to secure that bag.
Yeah.
That's no
In no small
compromise.
measure.
There's no compromise.
Right. And the idea of number one, being able to have control over your time,
Yes.
work remotely.
Mhm.
So again, what that does is it helps you to earn more,
Yeah.
access more opportunities. I think it's also because the landscape has changed, so there are more opportunities now.
Yes.
So I see a lot of you guys now doing the cryptos, the bitcoins, the blockchain technologies, startups. Everybody's taking advantage of the tech revolution that is happening, and so I think that is why you guys feel that way. But besides that, what else would you have against a 9 to 5? What's your against a 9 to 5?
Personally, as someone that when I want to grow up, I want to be able to have time for my children. A 9 to 5 wouldn't give me that entire flexibility. I want to be able to have a job that when my children come back from school, I can sit with them and say, "Oh, what did you learn in school today? What did you do different? Let's do your assignments together, eat together, paint together, anything that gives that bond between children." But I imagine myself having to report to a certain boss 9 to 5, and maybe today is just in a grumpy mood and he decides to keep us till 11. Then my children are back from school by 2:30 and they have slept, and by the time I'm getting back from 11, they are already in la 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 and they're in like cloud 9 of their sleep. I can't wake them up to say, "Tell me about school." I've lost that connection for that day, and I really don't want that in my future. Like, I need to be there. I need to be
You
in
want to be
every
present.
aspect of their life. That so that they know that yes. So when I was graduating, mommy was there. When my hair grew, mommy was there. She was measuring every centimeter. That kind of thing.
Oh, please don't tell me you're going to bring a ruler.
I'm not gonna do that. But I want to be there for every milestone possible, and I need a job to give me that opportunity.
It's interesting though. It's interesting, and I think that again, we all don't have the same path. You know, at the end of the day, there will still be those who wouldn't mind, you know, maybe doing a 9 to 5. But I think I kind of share the sentiments. I think most of you.
So I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to 9 to 5. I actually will want a 9 to 5 based on you said it already, comfort, security, just knowing that yes, okay, they have salary.
But you want to be able to do
I want
something
yes,
extra.
so
You
that's
don't
why
want
I
to-
would prefer if like I would like as of now. Then my next few jobs, I'm looking at a hybrid model where I can come into the office only 2 times a week and 3 days I'm remote. That's okay for me. Like COVID has made
Hybrid.
everything simple now. Like you can reach me anyhow,
Actually,
anywhere, and you can work in any location. To be honest, and that's what I want. Like the ability to be flexible. That's it.
So if you had 2 job offers, example, 2 job offers. One is fully present, not remote. The pay is mad. The pay is very fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. Then the other one is hybrid. The pay is 50% of the other one. Which would you take?
I mean, I'll have to take the full one, the one I'm in the
Okay,
office.
you say sense.
No,
actually, for me, it
Ah.
depends. Right now, as I am now.
Yeah.
If I'm to take the job and to resume maybe on Monday, I will never take that what's called fully present. I will sit back and rest and take the hybrid. But maybe 2 months from now, I'm bored of the house. I want to go I want to be having the interaction with people.
Yeah.
I'll pick the full one. But it also depends on the location. Where my house is, if that office is Naja, there's nothing they can do about it.
Sorry, I can't people were sorry.
There's nothing they can do. If they like, they should increase it by 10 times. So
Yeah.
I will not go. I will offer it to someone
Convenience
else.
is critical.
It's
no,
critical.
it's
Oh.
very-
Person.
Yeah.
It's critical.
Let's talk about money. Let's talk
Hmm.
about money. What comes to mind for you when you think about money? Let's start with you, Toby. What comes to mind? What's your approach to money? Would you do you see that something? Would you say maybe spend a lot of money? Would you rather spend more in acquiring maybe quote unquote the luxuries of life, right? Over say maybe saving or setting aside, or I mean, what's your approach to
I
it?
think this is where I have to thank my mom for it because she has drilled it in my head that any money you get, you must always save.
Not
So-
be you know that's hey, what's this thing on social media? Any money where I get,
No, I can't remember. I think
I
I've
know
seen-
what you're talking
I know what
about,
you're talking
but-
I can't remember.
because
what
any money where I get,
It's for
nah,
enjoyment.
It's for
Yes.
enjoyment.
Yeah, so there's time for you to enjoy and all of that, but I think she has drilled it in my head that you must always save, you must always have a savings account, have something to do. So at least any money I get, there's a portion that's always going to savings and investments. But at the same time, I also want to enjoy and also look out for my friends and everything. So money, I see it as it's ease of access basically. So I want to be able to do things and also have things to fall back on in case for an emergency pops up or anything. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's how I see money. So.
What would be your thought, Erin?
So for me, I see anytime I have money, I do like percentage. So 10% tithes, another extra 10% offering, then another 20% savings, then 20% enjoyment, then the remaining miscellaneous, and I scatter it around. I'll put in trove, I'll put in bamboo, I'll put in piggy vest.
Are you guys listening?
Yeah, those are the
free
things.
ads,
Oh,
but it's
wow.
alright.
Then I
That's good,
put
yeah.
also in like I have a lot of bank accounts from GT to Wema.
That's NYC.
I-
I've been back across here.
Minus NYSU.
I
Three.
blame NYC. Though,
No, I have
'cause NYC
UBA,
has made me open another
Union.
one.
I have UBA Union, GT, FCMB. I have Providus. I have Polaris. I don't know why I'm having all those bank
All these
accounts.
accounts
I even have
are-
Kuda that I don't
Wow,
use.
I know. Cannot.
So I scatter my money there
Hmm.
everywhere, and I have some accounts that I don't have cards to. I only
Yeah.
have 2 cards. Now I have one because I misplaced one. So
Hmm.
anytime like a family member should say, family, I want to send you money for something, I send them and like the ones that I don't have access to. That
Oh,
if I even
okay.
want to transfer, I have to go to the bank. And by the time I think of all those things, I'm lazy. So it continues to remain as savings. So the only money I put in my spending account is money that I know that if someone should say, please borrow me urgent 2K, I don't mind. I know that, okay, if you should leave my account and I don't get back, I'm not gonna faint. All those type of things. I'm big on savings and stock, like extra big. My father did not even allow me have the opportunity not to be big because he has been buying stock for us since I knew, before I even knew what stock was. And the moment I turned 18, he only told me I should sign it, that it's not in my name. That was, I never understand what was going on. So it's part of me. I don't know. I feel weird if I don't like portion it out.
I find it interesting because the misconception would have been, because you guys appear to be a carefree, full of life kind of generation, the misconception would have been that you guys are probably not even thinking about the future yet.
No. So I think in our generation, we're very keen on financial education.
Yes.
So we're always looking as to what's reigning or what's trending and how we can also double our money or grow our money, basically.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be left on the same level playing field. So you're always looking to opportunities. And that's why you see a lot of people exploring all these. We are exploring crypto, Bitcoin, all those things.
Yeah.
Because we're looking to grow our money. But obviously, if you listen to our parents at that point in time, so I know, for instance, for like my mom, when I was talking about crypto, she was like, don't put your money inside. I don't put your money inside. Now look at what's happened. And I'm like, and she's not. So I remember when it crashed, she called me and she was like, what's happening to Bitcoin again? And I was like, don't worry, it's okay. I don't know what's going on. So it's actually, they know what you should put your money in. So I feel like we should listen to their advice, but at the same time, we should also follow what your heart says, basically.
And probably get your own education.
Yes.
So that you can make informed decisions. I think that's. But I'm happy, right, actually, to see that, or to know that you guys are actually taking it seriously. I say this because even our parents, and as baby boomers, for example, many of them, that's what you see on TV. You see all these pensioners in front of pension office. They haven't gotten their gratuity.
Yeah.
Some of them die while they are queuing, and I mean that's failure on the part of our government, right? But again, it also tells me that if we are learning anything from that, is that we need to be in charge of our own future, like literally plan for it. And that's interesting to see. My question would be, okay, so now let's look at it from this all these scams that are happening right now. Like, so there was this popular scam that happened, MMM, right? To what generation do you think falls victim the most?
I think in my generation.
For real?
Yes, and the reason being is that we want quick money, so we're always looking for ways to make quick money. And we're looking at
you guys. And
I'll give you an instance. I was on a group chat. I remember I was on a group chat and someone started this thing and they're like, "Oh yeah, send us 10K and then we'll double your money." And people were sending the person money. The next thing, the person left the group chat and deleted his number. And I was like, "Bro, like, why would you do that?" Like, so everybody was now wondering like, "Where is he? How do you reach him?" This and I'm like, so if we're not careful, things like this can happen. Like, and I know our generation, we really want quick money. Like, we want things to happen.
Why do you think you guys are like that? Why do you think you guys want
social media?
Well, funny, I'll have to disagree on this aspect of quick money, because our generation also believes that like success comes from hard work. Like about over 60% of us still believe that success comes.
It's funny, right? I think people would find that people think that you guys just want to
just to flex, but we understand the principles of flexing in a weird way. We understand that you can't just sit back, get what's called lounge in a beach, get an island kind of thing. You have to get that money one way or the other, and we know that money is not going on trees. That means you have to work. However, the way we work can be different. What one person considers work, another person may not consider work. One might be legal.
That's it.
It's not, so we go through different ways to get money, but we like even Yahoo boys, as illegal as their job is, they're hardworking. The brain power, the brain power that it takes to convince someone to drop their card details. I can't do it, because if I should tell you once, tell you twice, I don't answer. That's the end. I don't have the vibe. They're doing a lot. They are doing a lot. So, however, like as annoying as it is that they're illegal, they're scamming, they're putting some people in heartbreak, is their source of livelihood.
But it's funny, right? So I think it's interesting when you say that. So I want to come back to when you said that when you say social media, right? If you could just talk a bit about that. So is it that your generation is seeing how people are living and they
Yes.
want to get there faster.
Yes. So you're seeing everything on social media. Instagram is a very, very bad tool. So like, I advise you take breaks because it just gets too much. So like, just say for instance, like you're following Davido, Burna Boy, and who can I
Wizkid.
use again? Wizkid, and all you're seeing is for instance, now you're following Davido, you see he has gotten Banana Island, Rolls Royce, Ferrari, and you're like, bro, how am I doing? I'm just sitting down here when I can. And then you're looking, how can I get this money so I can go and do the same thing? But you're like, so that's why we don't understand process in our generation, which is very unfortunate. Like, we rather
I like that.
instance. And so I think a lot of people in my generation need to understand that things take time. Don't rush into it. If you keep on rushing, then you end. Like Davido has even said it, you rush in, you rush out. So just have to be cautious.
It's interesting, right? I agree with you with that. So it would be safe to say that we call your generation like the micro generation, like everything you want it now.
Yes.
I've never heard that term before. Like microwave.
Microwave generation.
Yeah,
Wow.
like, you want it now,
Quick,
like
yes.
you want it quick, like
Yes.
you want to drive that car early, you want to become the head of department in good
I'm
time.
just
You want
using
to...
it on my brother. Once moment I get to microwave generation, how are you?
Well, it's funny, right? I think that so if I ask you now that what's the one thing you would so if I ask you to say this, what's the one thing you believe that people perceive Gen Zs as and you think they're wrong?
Lazy and proud.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
You are not lazy.
No.
At all.
Really?
At all.
And you are not proud.
So we're not
No.
lazy.
You are the ones telling your HR. What was that tweet? That told what was that? Is it that Gen Z that told someone that you have pot belly, I mean you are sad? You guys are like,
No, let me
Like-
explain.
can we add root to the list?
I can no, I
No,
can
no,
no.
you
Even
can't.
if you add
Say
it,
this-
we are not.
We're not rude.
We're not. We're
Please make us
outspoken.
understand.
We're outspoken.
Outspoken.
We understand what we want.
On the clarity.
Yeah, we are very clear on what we understand our position in things,
Mm.
and we don't sugarcoat things.
Facts.
Millennials sugarcoat, like millennials are people pleasers.
No, our parents' generation
Yes.
learns how to
They
suck
are
up.
big time. They're people pleasers.
Suck up.
If their
And
boss is
it's-
shouting at them and making them feel bad, they're just going to say, "Okay, sir, no problem, sir." My generation is
But
going to
that's
be like,
because bills have to be paid.
How much is
But
it?
you don't
Money
need to
that
do
you're
that.
paying me,
Like,
go
you
no.
don't need to do that to get
exactly.
Are
money.
you kidding?
I don't think you
No,
should do
I
that.
can set my ground, and you, because you know I'm bringing value to the table, you would not want to
Yes.
lose me, and you will keep me and understand that I don't like this certain thing. Let's say I don't like you touching my head now, and every time you come into the office, you're not banging my head, and one day I switch up and I'm bringing the money inside the company. But you will stop the eating.
Yeah, better
already.
be the one bringing the common to the company because if you're not the common person bringing that money to the company, so I think this is where it is. And I agree with you guys, right? In part, and I say in part because you guys are still. So it's difficult for me to align or for us to align now because millennials and Gen Zs they are different faces right now, right? So you still have a lot of support from your parents, like you said. So it's okay, large, right? So it's okay. If someone hits your head, and they're like, "Okay, please bounce, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
And you can go home and know that one, you have a roof over your head,
Yeah.
you have
I have
food
food
on your
on my
table,
table.
you have clothes on your back, and you don't have to worry about bills.
But does it have to reach that extent where you have to suck up so much, like how much, just so that you can get the end
So it
result?
shouldn't, right? In the sense that if so, for instance, now if you're working, so maybe it's the moment you start working, right? Like they always say, we hear this all the time. When you start working, start having an exit plan.
Yes.
Okay? So set money aside so that maybe you have enough that can last you for another 3-4 months while you're looking for another job. That's one. But two, another one is probably develop yourself to the point whereby you are invaluable.
asset.
You're an asset, right? But at the end of the day, the moment somebody else's survival is hinges on you, you won't be able to take that decision on the spot. And even if you will end up leaving the place, it's something you're going to give more thought to. So let's make it as basic as possible. You guys have siblings?
Yeah.
Now imagine you have to be the one to fend for your siblings. You know, for whatever reason, your parents are out of the country, you cannot reach them, and you cannot reach them for maybe for the next 3 months. They can't send money to you, you can't do jack. Your sibling is going to, their survival depends on whether or not you have an income. Whether or not, if you don't have an income, all of you are toast. So imagine you're not working in a place whereby it's not giving you one of the most pleasant experiences. However, it puts food on the table. Would you endure it or would you still walk out of it?
So I think this is where you have to draw the line between loyalty and sucking up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you're loyal, the person that you're trying to be loyal to, I think that the person will also have a sense of one understanding and know that
Compassion.
you're loyal to him. So obviously he knows, and he probably will know your situation at hand and would probably not relate, but also be understanding basically.
You can also exploit it, knowing that you
Yeah.
can't go anywhere.
Fast.
For me,
I made them sigh.
well, no. For me, it depends on my current savings at that point in time. Because of the way I do more of save more than spend more. So the probability of me having more in my account to last for 3 months will be higher than me depending on that particular salary. So I'll just most likely say, okay, I'm right about done with this. Give a month to do my planning, or even do immediate, like drop my 2 weeks notice that same day or 1 month notice, depending on like the firm and everything, and quit. And because of creativity too, our generation is extremely creative. They have one thing or the other that they can do.
Yeah.
Even if they can't draw, they can sing, they can compose, they can write. They have one weird talent that in this
They can
world of now, they will
monetize.
sell it
Yeah.
on Fiverr and Upwork, and you
NFT.
just transfer it there straight. You are balling. You are settled.
It's interesting. So you guys are said. So let's go back to what you said. So you guys are saying you're not lazy.
Yes.
We are not.
You're not lazy.
And I'm going to add to that lazy part in the sense
Yeah.
that we're solution oriented. And
Yes.
so we look for a solution that will
smarter.
make it, work smarter, make it easier for you. So what you might think is lazy, but we've already solved the problem.
Why should you stress when it can be done easier?
Why should I
But
make
then
Amala when I can buy it?
your generation wants it. How do I
Toy.
put it? They want to micromanage the situation. I want to know everything that you have done. And I'm like, bro, why are you doing that? Like, chill.
So you guys are not lazy. You guys just want it easier. I mean, smarter. You rather do
Yes,
smarter.
we want
Yeah.
our success smarter.
Smarter. You guys are
proud.
not. You're not proud.
No.
Not at all.
You're just what? Let's replace proud.
Outspoken.
No, we're replacing rude with outspoken.
Outspoken. So,
So we said
we
lazy for
stand for our
smarter.
rights. We know our rights. We know what we want. That's why we're not proud. We know
You
what
guys
we
are.
want.
You have clarity.
And
You
we're
know exactly
content.
Yeah, we're
what-
very
Are you
content.
though?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you though?
Yes.
With the way you want to buy a car like Davido and
No.
That's
Wizkid.
because of social media. But we're
And
content.
there's a place of want and there's a place of understanding.
Yes.
So that, okay, as much as I want to have a Rolls Royce right now, if I have it, go bad, like I'll be happy. I would drive around like with joy. But at the same time, I understand that when my bank account is
It's not
cannot buy
ready.
the tire yet. So I will keep calm. I'll keep very calm.
Okay, I get that. Okay, one final thing. Let's look at the subject of religion.
Okay.
Final. See now. See the way they
Okay.
are. See the way they are. Are you team? Wait now. Wait. What? Okay, let me. Because when you guys are doing, let me ask you first. When I say religion, what comes to mind? What came to mind? What comes to mind first when I talk about religion? What comes to mind?
Beliefs being practiced, Islam, Christianity, Ifa, kind of thing.
So when you talk about religion and you say in Nigeria and the way it's being practiced, right? Maybe by those who have gone ahead of you and those and your generation now, what comes to, what are your thoughts around that? Is it being done right? Are we just being dogmatic? Or do you think your generation has a better grasp of it?
So, you want to go first? So the way I think my generation views, I was having this conversation with my mentor, and I was telling him that the way our generation views religion is the sense that the previous generation, our parents' generation, they looked up to people like figureheads, basically, and they will literally pour out their whole hearts to them and everything. But in my generation, we rather want to figure it out first before we speak to like a spiritual person or something. So I don't think we're heavily reliant on the figurehead. We're more reliant on the supernatural. And
The
we believe in-
relationship with
Yes.
God, and that's what it is. I don't know what else to add, but that's what I feel as of now. So
Well, like there's this stuff I read on sociology that religion is like people use it as a coping mechanism, and is one of like the pillars of society that determine people. So from family, education, religion, or part of it. So for the older generations, I feel that's what they use religion for. When things are going bad, they have that religion they can fall on to, like pray to a god. I don't know.
Talk to a father, talk
Not
to a
the-
priest.
there are so many other methods of practicing their religion and their doctrines. So that's what I see religion as for the older generations, like pay 50K so that you can get more children kind of thing. It was more practiced then. Then for my generation, I totally agree. We want something personal. I would rather commune with God by myself and let God speak to me than me going to someone to say that God said that you should do this. Like, let God tell me.
So I'm just going to add also. So that's why you see in our generation, rather than go to a pastor, they'll go and pay for therapy.
Yeah.
So
Okay, thank you so much. I think we can bring it to a close. Just if you could tell someone one thing and say, what were your last word in defense of Gen Zs? One last word in defense of Gen Zs. Henry, let me have you go first.
Gen Zs are not lazy, we are not rude, and we actually care about everybody around us more than we make it show. Yeah.
What would be yours to be?
I think conversations like this should happen more often so that they can understand who we are and get to not make a lot of assumptions basically. And what I was going to say also, please get your PVC. That's
Please vote.
Very important.
Very crucial. Very, very crucial. Thank you so much to be an Erin. It's been very
very much.
fantastic. I do have a better perspective understanding about you guys now. I still think you guys still have your Gen Z peculiarities, but it's fine.
Every generation has.
You guys have listened to the Ordinary Conversations today where we talk about serious things in a very unserious way. Don't forget to subscribe and then drop a comment if you enjoyed this episode. Bye.